Hello and welcome back to EverydaySportsMania. And in today's video, I am going to be doing my NFL 2020 award predictions finally. So I'm going to be getting these knocked off, and then I'm going to be, in my next video, probably doing a fantasy football draft. Maybe live, probably not though. But just a fantasy football draft, and have fun with that. But these are my NFL 2020 award predictions. Start right up, we got the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Well, we all know that Joe Burrow. My four candidates are Joe Burrow, CeeDee Lamb, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Henry Ruggs. A lot of people put Joe Burrow mainly just because he's a number one overall pick and he's going into a rebuilding franchise and expect him to do big things. I like Joe Burrow, but I don't think he's going to be I like Joe Burrow, but I don't think he's going to be anything like that. I don't think he's going to win it. I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire mainly because I really like the position he's in. Obviously, he's going into the Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs organization with a great coach of Andy Reid, a great team of Patrick Mahomes, Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Damian Williams. The team's just stacked. He was very good at LSU. He played with Joe Burrow, and I do think he's going to break out with Kansas City this year. If you like fantasy football and you do it, then you all know that he's a top 5 pick. He's very high, and I think he will do well in the passing attack and the rushing attack for Kansas City. And then I got Defensive Rookie of the Year. Mainly, I have 5 finalists. My 3 main are Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons, and Patrick Queen. I like the 2 corners of Henderson and Okudah, but they need to absolutely break out to win this award, rather than Chase Young probably just needs 70 tackles and 6 sacks to win it, as they need 5 interceptions, a forced fumble, all stuff like that. So I think Chase Young. I like all these players. I like how Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker safety combo, pretty much can play anything on the defensive side of the ball. Patrick Queen obviously going into a Ravens weak linebacker core, and I really like where he is, but I have Chase Young winning it. I think, he's in the Redskins uniform. Oof. Well, I think Chase Young is a force in the passing attack. We all know he almost won the Heisman with Ohio State last year. He was insane, and I think he's going to be insane this year again, as he's a defensive lineman. And he also can play a little bit of linebacker, but mainly an end player. And then I got Offensive Player of the Year. My voice. Offensive Player of the Year, I think, is going to be a good year. Because in terms, we have finalists Christian McCaffrey, Mike Evans, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and Saquon Barkley. A lot of people I know put Christian McCaffrey, mainly because Christian McCaffrey seems like the easy pick. Michael Thomas stole that award from him. He totally should have won that over Michael Thomas. Because Michael Thomas has a much better team and a much better quarterback. And McCaffrey is a running back, and he got them. He basically won them all their games. But my winner, I think it's going to be Saquon Barkley. I really, really, really like Saquon Barkley. I like where he's at in his career. Of course, he had the injury. He was out for 5 games last year, and he still got 1,000 yards. I think he's going into a team who's gotten much better in the offseason. We all know that they got really much better on the offensive line. I think that, they got Andrew Thomas. They got a couple other guys did really well on the offensive line. I think Darius Slayton's going to evolve this year. I think he won't be dependent on him. They won't be dependent on him to win a game. So I think he's going to be very good, and I think he's going to be able to get them a few wins. If not, might get them to the playoffs. And then the defense has gotten stronger. I have a prediction for a 1,300-yard season, maybe 10 touchdowns. But I think he's really going to do well if he can stay healthy. And then Defensive Player of the Year, we got Aaron Donald, TJ Watt, Stephon Gilmore, Khalil Mack, and I forgot to add Jamal Adams. I like all these players, and there are a couple underdogs. Like, I'm gonna give just a little say for Devin White, a couple other guys, Devin White, Minkah Fitzpatrick, J.J. Watt, a couple other guys, an honorable mention for the Defensive Player of the Year. I'd certainly think they are in the conversation too. So just add him right there. Or it might. But I think Khalil Mack is going to break out this year. I think Khalil Mack is an amazing player. Obviously had a fantastic first season with the Bears. Didn't do that well in his next season. But I think he's going to come back this year. I think the Bears are going to have a better year. I think Mitch Trubisky is going to do better than he has been doing. And I think the Bears are complete underdogs this year. And I think Khalil Mack is going to get back in that conversation for DPOY. And then we got Comeback Player of the Year. Ben Roethlisberger, Juju Smith-Schuster, Matthew Stafford, Rob Gronkowski, and Todd Gurley. I think all these players are going to do well this year, but mainly I think that all these players will do well. I think Todd Gurley has a shot for 1,000 yards this year. I think Gronk's going to do very well in that Bucs organization. I think Stafford will do well. And then I think Schuster, no one has been talking about Juju Smith-Schuster. We all know he was out for a while. No one has been talking about him. It's all been Todd Gurley and Matthew Stafford. It's never been Juju. So I think Juju Smith-Schuster's winning it. I think he's coming back again like an 1,100, 1,200 yard season. I think he's a very good player, and I think he's going to continue to do well and continue his career. I think he's going to move on from that injury and do fantastic. And then we got Coach of the Year, Sean McDermott, Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan, and Bruce Arians. Coach of the Year is kind of I don't really like the Coach of the Year award because all you got to have is a good team to win it. Like, John Harbaugh had Lamar Jackson last year. He won it, but he went 14-2 and did horrible in the playoffs. Does he really deserve that? I think more Andy Reid deserved that last year, but this year I think it's going to be Sean McDermott. I really like Sean McDermott. I like how he uses utilizes his defense and the offense. I find him a lot like Bill Belichick. I really think him and Bill Belichick are really, really similar in terms of their play style. I think Sean McDermott's going to be able to make a move with the defense. I think Trey White. I think if the Bills do amazing, it's because of him. Tre'Davious White doing insane again, and Ed Oliver evolving. But I do think Sean McDermott will win Coach of the Year. And then we got MVP, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson. The Seahawks got cut off. Oh, okay. Well, you know that's Seahawks. And Baker Mayfield. A lot of people are probably going to question me, why is Baker Mayfield up here? Why? Baker Mayfield's not good. Baker Mayfield's not good at all. Well, yes, that's true. Last season. But when you look at it, in his rookie year, he did not have Reggie Kitchens. He did not have Odell Beckham. And Jarvis Landry wasn't that good. And he came out and did pretty well. Pretty well from going from an 0-16 team. I mean, of course, they didn't make the playoffs. They didn't do anything special with the record. But he was still a very, very good player. And I think he's going to do well this year, come off of the sophomore slump and do very well. Possibly get them to the playoffs. Maybe even win the division. But I got Tom Brady winning this MVP. But come on. Tom Brady's literally the best guy, and Tom Brady has the best team in the NFL right now. They may not win the Super Bowl, and they may not go to the Super Bowl, but he has Gronk. And before you guys leave a comment about how he's not that good and the Bucs are overrated, just hear this. Gronk, Evans, Godwin, Fournette, Howard, Ronald Jones. This team is stacked. This team is literally insane. They got a great O-line with Alex Cab, Ali Marpet, Tristan Wirfs. This team cannot get any better. And they probably watched him go out in like AJ Green. This team is straight up stacked. They are insane. They are going to be insane. Tom Brady has everything he needs to win a Super Bowl and win MVP. He's going to win MVP this year, and if he doesn't, he's going to get second or third. He is in the best position to win out of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and Baker Mayfield. And then the runners-up, I got second, Patrick Mahomes. Of course, we all know he's an insane player. He's really proved himself. Winning MVP and the Super Bowl in his back-to-back years. And then Baker Mayfield, I really like. I think Baker Mayfield will do very well now that they got a new owner and new coach, or not owner, new GM and new coach. And then I think OBJ is going to have a better year this year. Because last year he was injured. He wasn't perfect. Last year they were still figuring out the Kareem Hunt situation. So I think this team's going to be a 9-7 team, and I think Baker Mayfield will be the reason why they make the playoffs if they do. And then my Super Bowl MVP, I got my Super Bowl 55 prediction. Go watch that video. I had the Seattle Seahawks winning it, and I think Russell Wilson's going to be the QB. It's about time for the Seahawks to make the Super Bowl. I mean, I get it, yeah, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they were in the Super Bowl. They had that heartbreaking loss against New England. But I think it's about time Russell Wilson goes back to the Super Bowl and wins one. I really think he deserves it, and I think he will do well this year and get them to the Super Bowl. Well, that's my predictions. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if they're on. I don't know if they're on. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on EverydaySportsMania. Yeah, what do you think of these What do you think of these awards? Leave a comment down below. I'm gonna be doing a fantasy football game video where I draft my team, and hopefully that goes well. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.